Hi, my name is Elaine, and today I'll be talking about Moishe House. Moishe House is a nonprofit organization that creates Jewish community for Jewish adults in their 20s and 30s by creating home-based, peer-led Jewish experiences. So Moishe House has a number of houses in urban areas across the country and internationally where it has a few Jewish adults live there and host programs there, a few programs each month, in exchange for subsidized rent. These programs often include a laid-back Shabbat dinner, a challah baking event, or a trivia night of some sort. So usually social and cultural programs. But an area of need I've identified within Moishe House's programming is that it does not really offer a wide variety of educational programs. So for context, Moishe House is trying to reach Jewish adults who are not normally reached by the Jewish community. These adults have usually graduated from college, so they're not involved with Hillel or any youth group organizations, but they have not yet joined synagogues because they're not married and don't have families yet, so they don't have as much access to Jewish resources like Jewish education. Jewish education is also a great way for people to bond and gain Jewish experience and further create that Jewish community that Moishe House strives to based on its mission. So the program I would suggest to try to implement this is that I would first say that Moishe House should require that each of its houses host a number of educational programs each year. So maybe they say like, oh, you have to host at least 5 educational programs each year, because Moishe House provides funding to each of the houses for its programs, so it could very easily implement this. And what I would suggest is that it offer a few suggestions for how to implement that educational programming. So a few of the DC Moishe Houses have banded together to create a program called Torah on Tap. So I would suggest expanding that program to a national scale to start. And I would do that by first talking to those hosts of the DC program and learning what it is they do to prepare, what kind of materials they need, how many people show up, and what they do to make their programs successful, because it's a repeating program for them. And then we would use that to create a sample program and a few guidelines to then send out to the Moishe House hosts all across the country so that they would be able to kind of learn, copy from that, and create their own programs and implement those appropriately. I don't think that would be too complicated. The biggest logistical issue would be talking to the hosts of the DC house and learning what they needed, and then also probably getting some guidance from maybe a rabbi or outside sources, but that would depend on what kind of educational background Moishe House's staff has, which I would have to look in very specifically, like by interviewing. So I think this is a pretty feasible program, and I'm excited for it.